Chat GPT took the world by storm about 6 months ago.
I want to talk about Chat GPT.
How many of you know what Chat GPT is?
On this website, Chat GPT, that got 1 million users in 5 days.
It dropped and it had millions upon millions of users within the first couple of days. And beyond that, artificial intelligence in and of itself is starting to take the world by storm. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is the simulation of human intelligence processed by machines, especially computer systems. Specific applications of AI include expert systems, natural language processing, speech recognition, and machine vision. It is still in its relative infancy, but there is a huge opportunity for investors out there. And I get questions all the time from you guys about whether or not AI, artificial intelligence, is something that you should be investing in and whether or not it's something that you should be adding to your portfolio. A lot of the time you guys even ask me how to go about investing in something like artificial intelligence. So I'm going to be answering all of those questions today in this video. I've also got a huge announcement that I'm making, but a little bit more on that later. This is the Muslim's Guide to Investing in Artificial Intelligence. Chat GPT and all the other artificial intelligence that is out there, it is able to write essays, it is able to write poems, it is able to write books in a matter of seconds in any style that you describe it to, in almost any style that you ask it to. It's also able to answer various questions, different things like that. And there are other types of artificial intelligence out there. And so what a lot of people are seeing is a huge opportunity as an investor to get in on the ground floor when it comes to artificial intelligence.
There's no money.
This could be your chance to invest in something like Google or Amazon or whatever the case may be back when it started, 20, 30 years ago. Okay, but would investing in AI even be halal? That's a really great question and an important one we always need to ask ourselves as Muslims, right? We want to make sure we're making profits, we're making money, but we need to make sure that no matter what, we fear Allah and we do it in the halal way. And the answer, of course, is that investing in AI can, of course, be halal. AI, artificial intelligence, is a form of technology, and investing in the grand majority of types of technology investments is fine as long as they meet a few of the following conditions. Number one, the AI specifications or modifications cannot be used in a way that is impermissible. So for example, if there is a specific type of AI company that is doing work in the space of gambling, for example, or in the space of alcohol or tobacco or something like this, you wouldn't be able to invest in that specific type of AI. But if, for example, you had a fund that consisted of Chat GPT and a few other ones that are kind of based around language or something like this, then that would be perfectly okay to invest in. Another criteria you need to look into is whether or not the company itself that created this is actually halal. Now, in and of itself, the concept of Chat GPT or another form of artificial intelligence is halal, but you have to look at other things, right? Something that people always overlook is the financial aspect. Is this company in huge amounts of debt? Are they using too many interest-bearing securities in order to create their wealth? So if you look across any of these funds or ETFs, you have to look to make sure that the companies inside these funds and ETFs are operating in a halal manner. And lastly, the company itself can't have too much in excess when it comes to haram stuff. So some scholars have allowed things like up to 5% of revenue can come from a source that is questionable, for example, right? So if you are someone who is looking at a company that has an AI component to it, just make sure that they aren't doing other things that are impermissible. Maybe they have investments in some type of AI technology. Maybe this fund or ETF has a bunch of AI components to it, but they also have something in maybe tobacco or adult entertainment. So just really make sure that you do your due diligence to make sure that none of this stuff takes place in the funds or ETFs that you're investing in. So is investing in AI the right thing for you? That's a fantastic question, something that everybody should consider before they invest in any type of investment. And the answer is it depends. If you are someone who is very risk averse, understand that AI, artificial intelligence, is a relatively new technology. So if you are investing in a fund or an ETF, mutual fund or ETF that contains artificial intelligence, there's probably going to be a high level of volatility. So if you're going to need your money in the next 6, 8, 10, 12, maybe even the next 2-3 years, I would avoid artificial intelligence or make it a very, very small portion of your overall investment portfolio. If you're not going to need the money for 10, 20, 30 years, then probably having some type of exposure to artificial intelligence isn't a terrible idea. Nobody thinks that artificial intelligence is going to go away in the next 2-3 years. It's probably going to be something that only gets better and better over time. And so by investing in it in its infancy, you probably have the potential to make very big returns. But the problem is, it's hard to know which artificial intelligence software companies, anything like that, is going to be the winning one. Right? And so that's why I always suggest try to invest in some type of fund or ETF. That way you get a blanket of artificial intelligence style investments that are exposed to this sector without you having to try to figure out who the winner is for yourself. Now, some people can absolutely do that and win big and do that successfully, but the reality is most of us probably don't have the time, aren't ready to put in the effort to see who's going to win. So best to leave that to a fund manager and get those returns on your own. So now the question is, how do you go about doing it? Well, there are a few options that you have, but my advice is that when in doubt, always use your tax-free savings account. So if you are someone who is looking to set up any type of investment in artificial intelligence, my suggestion would be to set up a tax-free saving account, then use the money inside your tax-free saving account to go ahead and buy a mutual fund or an ETF of artificial intelligence. That would be the number one strategy that I would say across the board can work for everybody. Now, if you are someone who is looking to use some money in the short term, then maybe using the tax-free saving account wouldn't be the best strategy to invest in artificial intelligence. Instead, if you are someone who is maybe saving up for retirement, or you've got something that's locked in from a pension that you want to put towards some type of investment, maybe having a chunk of that in artificial intelligence, like your Lira pension, anything of that, could be something that is worthwhile. Now, ultimately, everyone's a little bit different, but what I would suggest is talking to a financial advisor like us, CanadianIslamicWealth.com, and we can help guide you on what the best account is to set up for you, the best strategy, and we can help you research a bunch of different funds in order to help you choose the best one and the most halal. Now, if you are a do-it-yourself die hard, and by the way, this is not an endorsement in any way, shape, or form. This is just letting you know something that's out there. You can check out the Zoya app. Zoya has an app that allows you to screen every type of investment out there, whether it's a mutual fund, whether it is an ETF, or whether it's individual shares of individual companies. You can screen to see whether or not these things are halal. So if you are a do-it-yourself type person, check out the Zoya app. Now, for our announcement, this is exciting. Don't get up. Sit down. This is like, you're going to love it. So what we're doing is we are doing a contest. We are doing a draw in the year of 2023 for a trip to, wait for it, Umrah. Umrah. We are sending someone to Umrah. Canadian Islamic Wealth, you heard it, is sending someone to Umrah. And so all you need to do is two things. Number one, I need you to like, subscribe, and share. Show us some love, people. Come on. Show us some love. But then the second thing you need to do, you need to go to CanadianIslamicWealth.com, enter your name, enter your email, phone number if you want. You don't have to. You can. You don't have to. But, like, who wouldn't want to talk to me on the phone, right? So what? Just go ahead and put your... But, okay, the link is below. CanadianIslamicWealth.com/Umrah contest. Enter your information in there. We will be doing the draw in early 2024 to send one of you guys to Umrah. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you so much for supporting CanadianIslamicWealth.com. And if you share this with as many people as possible, more and more people will enter, but you will also get more entries to win. So, Umrah contest, CanadianIslamicWealth.com. Link is below. This is our fantastic announcement. Seriously, we are sending someone to Umrah. All right, so that's it for me. Jazakallah khair. Salam alaikum.